Alright, I'm just gonna start right now because I am on a time limit. Let's start with everything you need to ace English language. Dun 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 with the part 2. And today's part 2 of Unit 4 Reading Nonfiction is Textual Analysis and Evidence. So many of the tools that we use to read fiction can also be used to read nonfiction. Remember that saying where we talked about objective summaries and unobjective summaries? And well, an objective summary gives a brief explanation of something without adding our own personal opinions or judgments. In fact, an objective summary might be even more important in nonfiction than in fiction because nonfiction is meant to highlight reality and, of course, facts. And so objective summaries might even be more important because it's about information without bias. And that's really important when it comes to nonfiction. I mean, there's also an acronym that can help you swim through a piece of writing and write an objective summary. It's called FINS. You have to fact check, important facts only, no opinions, and of course, sequences facts. Like in The Story of My Life by Helen Keller, it describes how Helen would wander her family property as a little girl. And just because a piece of nonfiction does not mean that no opinions are included, Helen Keller's account is full of her opinions, because it's her life. And so she's talking about how she viewed it, which technically is biased, but then again, it's an autobiography, so yeah. Now let's start talking about evidence. Now, evidence in nonfiction. There are basically two types of evidence, explicit evidence and implicit evidence. Let's start with explicit evidence. Now, in explicit evidence, someone in a news article is quoted as saying, "I don't like dogs." That person explicitly says he or she does not like dogs, so he can claim this. Next, we have implicit evidence. Well, someone writes in an essay that they have always avoided heights, then we can infer that this person probably has a fear of heights and does not want a career to be a mountain climber, which is pretty obvious. And so what's the difference between explicit and implicit evidence anyway? Explicit is proof. The proof is plainly stated, while the implicit is proof only implied by what is stated in the text. So yeah, that's basically Also, explicit evidence is usually denotative and implicit is connotative. And that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode of Hunt and Sean, and I hope to see you guys soon. Sean out. Peace.